St Mary's Grandtully is about 3 miles northeast of Aberfeldy, just off the A827. It's in a stunning location right next to a farm. Now it's 79 feet long and 23. It's well signposted. There's a decent sized car park as well. So yeah, if you're into old churches, then this is definitely worth a little drive, a little detour for. St Mary's is quite unusual. It's a simple rectangular chapel, and it was built by Alexander Stewart of Grandtully. Grantly pronounced. It's a beautiful example of a church dating from the 1500s, but what makes it even more spectacular is the ceiling. The ceiling has roundels depicting saints, proverbs, coats of arms, fruits, all sorts of things. So yes, it's time to go in. Now when you come in, there is actually a switch on the wall. You need to switch the lights on. It does take a while for your eyes to adjust. I'm just going to go around the inside first, and then we'll start looking at the ceiling, which is quite spectacular. Now, this end is what you expect to see, this kind of hammer beam ceiling, hammer beam roof. You can see they've used wooden pegs to hold it all together. Typical architecture of the time, but there's some really lovely details as well. You can see a stone that's got initials on it, and the date 1636. Now, the present church that we see today was probably built around 1533, when Alexander Stewart, or nearby Grandtully Castle, granted the lands to St Andrew's Cathedral. Look at that ceiling, in exchange for a priest to take charge of the local church. Now, there will be a little bit of flickering, and there's nothing I can do about it. It's because of the lighting that they're using to light it up. So just above us you can see some roundels and the fruit baskets. There's angels with trumpets. There's all sorts of detail on this. Absolutely gorgeous. You can see there's initials up here, there's fruit, more angels. They've got very chubby tummies. This is one of only 2 ecclesiastical ceilings that still survives in Scotland from the 1600s. The other one is at the Skellymore Isle in Larg's Old Kirk. So yeah, I'm trying to show you as much as I can, but it's not easy to do. So there's 28 of these roundels, and they're religious proverbs, things to do with the Stewart family that's important to them. You've got birds, all sorts of things here. You can see more coats of arms just above us here. And there you have the sun. Now, all of these are depicted around this central panel above me here, which is depicting the resurrection. Yes, we can see the dead rising from their graves, the man dying in his bed, and there's death. There's the angels. The church stopped being used after about, I think it was 1806, when a new parish church was actually built. And you can see Earl of Athol, Angus, what am I saying? Dame Agnes Moncrief. Now, to reach this church, it is down a very sort of minor single track road off the A827, and it's about 2.5 miles. So yeah, it is worth it though. And you drive along the side of the river, It's very, very pretty and beautifully signposted. And you know, if you want to see one of only 2 painted ceilings, ecclesiastical painted ceilings in Scotland, then this is definitely an option for you. It's definitely worth the little detour. Now, nothing really prepares you for how beautiful this ceiling is. You know, from the outside it's so plain, you have absolutely no idea that this is waiting for you inside. So, well, I hope you enjoyed having a little look around this hidden gem. It looks like it may well have been used to protect burials sometimes. I'm not quite sure what it is. It looks like it might have been though. And then on the floor you can see we have, I'm assuming, burial vaults underneath. Why else would they need to lift it up? And there's another one just over here. Probably not see it, but there's a hare over there or a rabbit. Now, the chapel was, like we say, built in 1533. It's not really clear why it's got such a beautiful painted ceiling. Sir William Stewart, he was actually Sheriff Principal of Perthshire under Charles I. He refurbished the chapel, built an extension at the west end, and probably it was to provide living accommodation for the resident priest. Now there are burials behind the church that you can access. I'm not doing it today because I have a very sore toe and I'm wearing open sandals. It's got long grass there and it's wet, so that's for something new to discover when you get here. It's just started to rain just as I'm coming outside to finish. Okay, I hope you enjoyed that little hidden gem. So yeah, there's so many more in Scotland to see, and I will try and do as many as I can for you. Now, if you enjoy how I do my tours and what you've been watching, please give me a thumbs up. Click the bell so that if I put anything new on, you'll be told about it. And if you could subscribe, that would be fantastic. But keep watching, okay?